Sunday to everyone, and welcome to the Man of Thought. Today, I want to be educating some of my, will I call them fans, will I call them students, those people who have interest in making videos on YouTube. Now, there's an importance of making content creation on YouTube. And part of the importance, apart from you making money, goes that you can document your life, you can see your growth with yourself. You can actually use YouTube as a space to create a mirror for you to reflect on where you were before and where you are right now. And so, apart from making money on YouTube, it is also a way for you to have the documentation of how you have improved and what you are as a person, because it tells exactly what you say, what you do. You can actually look at yourself and understand if you are truly improving in either your content creation, in either your lifestyle, in whatever you have been publishing to the world. You don't necessarily need to put it on public, because when you are uploading videos on YouTube, you can always make them private. You can always make them membership for those who are having members. You can do any of all these things while you make videos. But I want to tell you that it becomes a different thing. There's a difference between you making a video and publishing it online, publishing it on Shorts, and there's a difference between you making a live video. So for those people who are learning, that I am coaching one-on-one on how they can make YouTube content, and some of them, I think they are supposed to make live video. There are a few things that I think you need to understand before you start making live video. When you are making a long video, for example, you can edit some of your mistakes. You can correct some of your mistakes. You can write whatever you want to write, pause whenever you think you have made a mistake, and then correct yourself. But when you decide that you want to come on live video, it becomes a little bit different. And the difference, apart from the fact that you're speaking to the world, you need to understand that the world is actually listening to you. And for you to make a decision to publish anything on YouTube or on the social media space, you need to understand that you are presenting yourself as who you are to the public. And the world is going to judge you according to how they see it. But you also need to be aware that you don't have to take people's opinion very personal. You can learn from them. You can see your growth. You can be happy that people communicate with you. But also understand that even if people motivate you, people inspire you, people give you good comment, there are times when you are on live, people would say certain things that can even distract you from what you actually have to say. So what I always say is this: before you make a live video, let me give you some of the method I use in making live video. First of all, I understand that I would never take the criticism of anybody online to be serious. I have made a decision before I make live videos that there is no criticism that anyone criticize me. I would never take it personal. Number two, as much as I have something to say on YouTube or on any social media space, I am also putting myself in the position to be able to learn from people. This is a great space at which you can teach people what you know, and at the same time, you can learn from people. So that is two things that you have to bear in mind. So don't always put yourself in a space or put yourself in a mind thought that everything you do, the world is going to clap for you and damage because you're saying certain things that are right and it resonates with people, that means that you're always going to say things that are going to resonate with people. No, sometimes you might even make mistake while you are making live videos, and you don't have to pressure yourself. The worst come to worst, if you make a live video and you are not happy about what you have said, private it. Private your live video, and you can always look at it and say, okay, these are where I make my mistakes, and you can always improve. As there's an example of somebody that I would use for most of us who are actually watching this live video, or those who will be watching this particular episode, is that let us look at Will Smith, for example. When Will Smith is making video, a lot of people love Will Smith. And then Jada Pinkett Smith and the Red Table Talk happens. And everyone realized that the way Will Smith has presented himself to the world, like he has gotten his family, everything is okay, we realize that they are not that way. In fact, the woman tries to bring him down. And because the woman tries to bring him down, he decided not to respond to whatever criticism the people are saying. No matter anything people talk about, Will Smith made a decision to just do what he can control, say what he can control. In fact, I do not think that he goes to any interviews to answer any questions that has to do with his family. He goes there for his business, he talks about what he wants to talk, and then he leaves. Now, the Oscar things happen. And when the Oscar thing happened, he slapped, what did they call his name? Chris, what's his name again? That other guy. And the world, everything became worse because he did it publicly. That was a wrong move. But okay, what is the thing that Will Smith did? He corrected himself within his house, and now Will Smith is back making a live video, making music, and the world, the same people who were criticizing Will Smith right now, are applauding him. If you go right now on Instagram and you go check Will Smith, you would realize that he has started making some new music, and the same people who were criticizing him right now, a lot of them are applauding him. And here's the bone of contention. If the world insults you when you are making a live video, you do not respond to the insults. If Will Smith has made a decision to respond to the insults, it would have been an exchange that will start dragging his energy. Number two, don't try to defend what people cannot understand. People are going to have different opinion when you pass a message across. Sometimes the message you decide to pass across when you are making live video, you have a good intention to actually inform, educate people, not because you hate certain group of people or something like that, but you most likely will say things and people would hear something else. And whatever people hear, you cannot actually control what people hear when you speak out. You can only control how you decide to speak. And so, with that being said, I believe this, that for you to come to live videos, you need to be careful of the words you want to say. You need to have at least a description of how you want that particular program to go. Now, here is my own method and what I do. I first of all put it in my head, the subject. Now, the subject needs to be engaging with people. That means people must be interested in hearing or try to want to listen to what you have to say. And I want you to understand that when you come on YouTube space, there are a lot of intelligent people that are 10 times more intelligent than you. So because they are more intelligent than you, some of them don't just like the idea of coming out publicly to speak. Some of them are well more informed than you, but they do not see the necessity of them coming online to tell you, oh, this is great, or whatever you're saying is good. So they just want to keep certain things private. So coming on live, you need to have an humble spirit to know first that people know more than you and you are willing to learn. So whenever I speak on my live video, I do not speak like I am 1,000,000% grounded upon this particular idea. Because I want you to understand that everything you believe as a person, if you have a belief on something and then you are blinded by that belief, when something else pops up for you to evolve, your belief can be the one holding you back. So when you want to speak to the public, you need to have an open mind to know that this is what I have observed. You have to be logical. You have to look at all round of your conversation, because for me, when I want to talk, I don't just look at the left and the right. When I want to speak to people, I try to see every possibilities of the angle people can come from. In fact, they may come in a way to educate me on something that I have no clue about. And because I know this, now I prepare myself to speak to the world and to be opened to what the world has to give to me. But like I said, the most important thing is do not make decision to criticize whatever people's opinions are, because that battle you cannot win on social media. So these are the tips that I will be giving you. Have everything you want to discuss about, then create a solution, because when we speak, this is what we mostly do, or I try to do. I ask myself a question, and I need to ask myself also, are people also going to be interested in asking these questions? And if they are interested in the question, then that means we are going to reason it together. So when I come up on social media space, I am creating it that, okay, let's talk, let's reason. Whenever I'm on live, I am looking at it from the perspective of let's reason together. And because we are reasoning together, it helps me to be able to learn, and it helps me to see that I can communicate with my audience without fracas. Will certain people get upset? Yes, for sure. And let me say this. Most times when I make live videos, certain people might unsubscribe because I say something that does not suit them. Anyone who unsubscribe because I say something that does not suit them, that person has his or her own opinion, and because it doesn't align, the person has the chance to go. If I improve myself tomorrow and I become great at what I do, most likely the person who unsubscribe you might subscribe to you later. I repeat, the person who unsubscribed from your channel because you said something that does not align with them, if you improve yourself later in life, that person can subscribe back to you. So you do not need to take it personal. Some people would say you're a brand, you're a business person or something like that. I love to see myself as a human. And in the aspect of humans coming on live, we are going to make flaws. And this is the interesting part. Because I put myself to be very open in certain areas, I realize that most times when I make mistake, rather than people to criticize, they are willing to teach me. But if I had opened myself to, if I put myself in a position like I knew it all, rather than them to teach me, they would insult me. And so that doesn't mean that certain people wouldn't say certain things, but I'm okay with whatever style people come up with. But for the fact that I am humble, and I know that being humble is not because I want to get something from the audience, but being humble is simply because I know that whatever I know is not the ultimate, there's still a ground for me to learn. I have to open myself to that possibilities. And knowing, having the conclusion of what your subject is all about, starting it like the question that you ask, you want for yourself, and then are people interested in the question you're thinking about, and then you move to the next one, which is the discussion. And the discussion, there must be a conclusion. And a lot of people will say things that might be distractive, Like right now, when I'm making the video, I have to turn off my live chat. Why? Because someone might say something and I might not find it easy to pass the message to educate my students or those who are interested in learning about YouTube streaming. And I think also part of the benefits of streaming live videos is that it helps you can get more subscribers. Two, why people watch you on live, your hours are already reading and you are making the content, unlike YouTube videos that you have to upload it, and because you are uploading it, they wouldn't engage, you waste your data, it's going to take time. And I think that the algorithm actually favors people who does live stream. Now, I would not say that every of my success comes from live streaming, but I find out that I have also been able to improve myself in the way that I discuss, in the way I do some things, and I'm still learning. So bear this in mind for those of you who are willing to go into live stream. And I think the moment you are above 50 subscribers, you can start making live stream. Don't be afraid. The world is going to criticize you. You are going to make mistake. But the beautiful thing is you can private it. And I think that the most important one is you can improve yourself regardless. Nothing is personal because it's all about your life. Are people going to hold certain things against you? There is a possibility. But you also need to be aware of your vision in your life. If you're thinking to go into political things, you have to be careful whatever you want to say. So just choose certain things and open your mind to the world, and the world will accept you even if they criticize you. There's a difference between the world criticizing you and the world condemning you. The world will criticize you when they know that you have made a mistake and you are still willing to change. But the world will condemn you when they think that you're someone who is adamant about certain things in your life and you are not willing to change. And so these are the tricks that I think I should unveil to those of you who wants to learn about live streaming and the secret behind my live stream. Have a blessed day. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. We're going to talk more. For all those people who have been chatting me through my email address and you say I should teach you this and that, we can learn from different space. So I said, let me put this publicly for those of you who want to go into live stream. Have a blessed day. See you in my next video. Adios, amigos. Happy Sunday to every one of you. Bye-bye for now.